I've been playing Silksong. I am probably gonna, once I beat that game, I'm gonna do a little review on it. But I've been enjoying it a lot. I feel that it's one of the, I don't like challenging games. I've famously bitten my PlayStation 5 controller right here on the touchpad. Like literally, I got so mad playing Elden Ring that I bit this controller, and you can see some of my teeth marks on it. Like I've never been that upset at a game. It was like 3 a.m. I was so tired. I had spent so much time on a boss, and I don't even remember what it was. I like completely erased that game from my mind because of how much I dislike hard games to that level. I don't mind challenging games because challenging games are games that teach you the basics, teach you how to be better at it, and then eventually you'll figure it out. Games that are actively difficult to beat and just make it impossible to just get through the game is what really frustrates me. Silksong is not one of those games. Silksong is a tough game. It's difficult and it's challenging, but because of how intuitive the game is and how easy it is to pick up a lot of the mechanics, a lot of the battle mechanics, because of how much different you can play this game. Essentially with the crests, you can have different types of, like, for example, downward slashes. The platforming changes a lot depending on your setup, and then you also have those items that you can either throw, like traps or lances, etc., etc. I'm not gonna get through go through the whole thing, but it gives you the tools and the options for you to get through some of these boss battles. Navigation is probably my biggest issue with this game. Starting out the game, I did not get a good grasp of where I was going because the map is so limited. You don't get a map right off the bat, and then essentially you don't even see yourself in the map until you get a certain item, which makes it really, really annoying. It doesn't make it any more difficult. It doesn't really make the exploration even that more exciting. It actually makes it a little bit worse. I'm not saying tell me where to go, but give me the tools to understand where I'm at. This is a completely new world, and locking the map and locking a lot of the features of the map behind the currency. You essentially have to get in-game currency to unlock the map, unlock the compass. It makes it a little bit annoying. Especially because not all enemies drop rosaries. Not all enemies drop the beads that essentially work as the currency in this game. So starting out, I really started to dislike that part of the game to the point where I was like considering dropping the game, or at least looking up a guide. I don't look up guides unless I'm like way into the game and it's like I completely hit a wall. For your game to make me want to do that right off the bat, it just, because I was lost. I was legitimately lost. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know that you had to find a certain character to buy a map. Like, there's so many things that are tied to the environment, tied to the lore, which is good. You want to be immersed in the game, but the language, the lines in the game, the terminology that they use makes it so inaccessible for new players. Again, I'm not going to get into the whole difficulty setting and trying to make it so everyone can enjoy this game. I still think that the base difficulty of this game is challenging enough for, veteran players of Hollow Knight and newcomers. You just got to stick through it. But things like the map and things like the game not telling you right off the bat where to get a map, how to get a map, that you have to pay for a map, etc., etc. It's kind of detrimental to trying to bring in new people onto the game. And I stuck with it because I played Hollow Knight. I'm a fan of Metroidvanias. I love Metroid Dread. I love all the Metroid games essentially. So I stuck through it because I understand how these games work, but a newcomer is going to have a lot of issues with the game starting out. If you stick through it, you get the compass. I think once you get the compass and the map, it just opens up the game in a complete new way. But besides that, the movement additions, the quality of life improvements from Hollow Knight to Silksong is just incredible. This has made the game, Hollow Knight, the series, into a completely new game. Like, it's very hard for a sequel to really outshine the first game. I mean, you've seen it with like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom added a lot of things to the base game, but still, like the fundamentals of Breath of the Wild were not beat in Tears of the Kingdom, in my opinion. And I'm the biggest Zelda fan. And it's just tough, for a game to really, really outshine its predecessor. Silksong did that. It's one of the best games I played this year. Donkey Kong Bonanza was my top choice for game of the year. Silksong is up there now. Like it's above DK Bonanza at this point because of how well it plays, how well designed it is, and just how fun it is. Like haven't had fun with a game with a Metroidvania since Metroid Dread. It's just incredible.